Good evening. Tonight, lawmakers in Florida are reacting to the Biden administration's consideration of whether to impose restrictions on domestic travel because of a rise in COVID variant cases. While administration talks have not targeted a particular state, they do focus on how to stop the spread of the mutant strains that are surging right now in states like Florida. Channel 3's Renee is live in our newsroom with what state leaders are saying about these conversations. Renee.
April, Governor Ron DeSantis and other tourism leaders in Florida are making their stance clear. They do not support any travel restrictions, and they will fight them if they're put in place.
So we will oppose it 100%.
Governor Ron DeSantis now calling all travel restrictions unconstitutional.
Restricting the right of Americans to travel freely throughout our country while allowing illegal aliens to pour across the southern border unmolested would be a ridiculous but very damaging farce.
But back in March, DeSantis ordered his own travel restrictions. They were imposed on people visiting Florida from states like New York, New Jersey, and Louisiana that were then considered COVID hotspots. These checkpoints were set up on I-10 at the Alabama-Florida state line. Those traveling from these states had to give officials their information and quarantine for 14 days. The governor eventually lifted all of these restrictions by August.
Additional travel bans at this time would have a devastating impact on our destination.
Visit Pensacola says more restrictions would be another blow to businesses already struggling to stay afloat from the pandemic and damage from Hurricane Sally.
We have businesses, in many cases, that are hanging by a thread. And to have yet another step backwards, it would be a dramatic impact.
We asked community members what they thought about the idea of domestic travel bans.
I understand the safety, he's trying to install safety protocols, but I don't think it's necessarily the right thing to do.
The government doesn't have a right to come in and control our lives.
As long as they're wearing their masks, practicing social distancing, and doing the things that the CDC recommends, I think that we could keep the state open.
Again, these are only considerations. Nothing is set in stone regarding domestic travel. However, regulations are already in place when it comes to international travel. The CDC says as of January 26th, all people traveling into the U.S. have to provide a negative COVID test or documentation of their recovery from the virus within the last 90 days. Live in the newsroom, Renee, Channel 3 News.